Neko, goats, and every vampire on the sex offender registry to infiltrate deep into the Ops Section 8 and eventually report their entire team to Immigration's Customs and Enforcement. Much like real life, the team that actually wins the game is
just the font slowly appearing on screen. An ICE report. That's so messed up, Alright, today we're reacting to Maxer tackling Deadlock, a team-based game where success is allegedly about coordination and historically that means everything immediately goes wrong. This is one of those games that says it's teamwork, but actually it means communication breakdowns, ego duels, and one guy sprinting off to do something inexplicably heroic and stupid. And because it's Maxer, I'm fully expecting this review to be less about mechanics and more about the emotional damage, visual noise, and discovering new ways to blame your teammates. So make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the universe, and prepare yourself, because this is gonna be loud.
Hello everybody, it is me, Makes McBad Videos here. The YouTube algorithm has made its opinions known. High quality, highly edited content with a myriad of explanatory context is not what the people of this website demand. And I have been graciously informed via the magic of Google's Gemini AI that my videos will perform better if I release them within a 4-month time span, while covering such informative topics as AI videos of old women with boulders killing everyone on Chinese glass bridges. Unfortunately, I cannot make slop content because I am too busy creating garbage.
I keep forgetting to turn my stinger off. This is the 3rd week it's happened. I need help. Anyways, I was gonna say, Max, your garbage is 10 times more beautiful than the slop that the algorithm seems to want to see, okay? I love originality more than I love weird, wonky, random AI-generated old ladies jumping on glass bridges with giant boulders. I didn't even know that was a type of content. I have questions, and I don't know if I will get answers because it's AI. That's fine, though, right?
Fortunately,
no.
I cannot make slop content because I am too busy creating garbage. The Deadlock logo being here is a coincidence. Therefore, I will be making a video that takes even more effort than the previous ones, suffers from even longer delays, and is comprised of 9 consecutive mental breakdowns. Then, when the video does not hit hard enough to get me on Beast Games, I will be making up the difference with my Patreon and by selling the viewer Gamer Subs energy drinks.
Yes.
There is no gun pointed at my head, whereby following the link in the description, said viewer can access energy at 40 cents per serving, comprised of delicious flavors such as Graveyard Dirt, Lean, and Plowed and Proud, while of course coping with my myriad of mental crises by becoming addicted to the only game that matters anymore. Deadlock is a MOBA. It's a shooter.
It is?
It's a movement shooter. It's a Bing-Gong. It's on Tubi. You have to apply for this position on Snagjob or you will fucking starve to death. All of these terms technically apply to the software that you are currently viewing, and all of them are completely meaningless. But if I were to try and describe the concept of Deadlock to you, I would say that this is the game that one-shot my amygdala and hit my neurodivergent friend group like crack in the 80s. These people are employed and actively neglected their marriages for this. So after experiencing the sanitarium disguised as ones and zeros for a couple hundred games, I am now beginning to understand why.
A couple hundred? Are you sure it was just your friends that were a little obsessed with the game, Max? Do you want to talk about it? Are you okay? You're not in danger, right? That's a lot. That's a lot. I knew that you liked the game. I could tell. But like, holy, that's a lot. I saw an Uma Musume mod for the game and it is tempting me to play it, but I have not downloaded it yet.
Guys as ones and zeros for a couple hundred games, I am now beginning to understand why. And hopefully by the end of this video, so will you. But first, there are some complications and qualifications that come with the territory. Deadlock is a game that is, as of the writing of this video, in early playtesting. In fact, like a vampire, you literally can't even enter the game right now unless a friend invites you in. Realistically,
I was informed that we weren't even allowed to really talk about this game, so I was like shook when Max was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make a video about Deadlock." What? We're allowed to know why Deadlock had such an interesting release? Question mark? It's so kept under the wraps very well. At least to me, I don't hear people talk about this game other than Max.
You literally can't even enter the game right now unless a friend invites you in. Realistically, this is not a concern because your friend's house apparently has tens of thousands of other vampires already inside of it. Many of the things that you will see in this video will change in the future, and a lot of the visuals for this game are literally unfinished. Every single enemy in the entire jungle is a slightly bigger variation of a single eyeball. Our base is a brutalist architectural statement by Yugoslav monument builders. Viper's model looks like it is a mascot horror antagonist.
Oh, I hate it.
Holiday is currently wielding an untextured gray slab instead of a gun, and when you take even a single look at Viscus's model, you can literally see the bones and joints that the animators are using as guidelines. I do not actually care, because even if the visuals for this game were properly finished, it is still utterly incomprehensible the moment that 3 people are visible on the screen. Bro, what the fuck is happening? I'm playing Drifter, I didn't pass shapes and colors. That is not out of the ordinary. In fact, it is the intended experience. I, for one, have played this game for an extensive period of time, and even still, the things I see my teammates do continue to surprise me to this day.
Ivy keeps taking all the farm and then doing nothing with it!
Yes.
At least let me have it, I can fucking cook! I'm trying to cook and Ivy's trying to make AI-generated food.
Well, I mean...
I feel as if I am the biblical Noah.
When you're hungry and you know, paycheck hasn't rolled in, I mean, gotta do what you gotta do, I suppose. Other people's priorities are not of my concern.
Trying to make AI-generated food.
That's wild.
I feel as if I am the biblical Noah, and I cannot yet build an ark big enough to carry these fucking animals. How does Deadlock work? To put it simply, it is like League of Legends, but you actually play the game. MOBAs are very unique among video games, and usually not for any good reason. They are hard. They are really hard to play. I am really hard right now. Being a new player is usually an exercise, and witnessing everyone else perform unusual, highly choreographed shamanistic rain dances for 20 minutes. You try your best to mimic their movements, but it is not the same. And every single time that you get a movement wrong, you are struck by lightning and instantaneously die. Also, there is a blood demon on the opposing team whose name is Down syndrome. Wait, that guy's name is Tony Hawk Tua. How am I supposed to cope with being killed by this? Will this video help you play better? No, absolutely not. But what I can do is give you all of the wrong information about this game, and then confidently assert that I am simply suggesting an off-meta build. For example, Deadlock takes place in the streets of New York City during the true events of West Side Story, in which
I loved West Side Story. I haven't seen that in forever. I'm excited to learn more about Deadlock, but I just needed to pause. I was like, oh, wait, no, he's gonna move across this topic too quick. I need to pause now. That was such a good, oh my goodness. I need to watch it again.
The streets of New York City during the true events of West Side Story, in which 2 sides, known only as the Puerto Ricans and the Italians, vie for dominance in a supernatural gang war.
Why is their name Mina's Rag?
Contracting 12 of this game's many notorious gangsters, autistic women, trust fund children, interdimensional germa, as well as literal sand, goo, goats, and every vampire on the sex offender registry to infiltrate deep into the Ops Section 8 and eventually report their entire team to Immigration's Customs and Enforcement. Much like real life, the team that actually wins the game is
just the font slowly appearing on screen, an ICE report. That's so messed up, but then... Oh my god, I love the font you use. Oh my, this is beautiful. I've missed Max videos. This is such a breath of fresh air.
Immigration's Customs and Enforcement. Much like real life, the team that actually wins the game is usually not the poor one. So more than actually pushing the enemy base or outright killing them using the bullets in your gun, or in Paige's case, unkind words, Oh my god, I'm Paige. My only personality trait is that I read. I hate you. I hate you, and I'm going to kill you. I am instead going to be emphasizing a wonderful conflation between correlation and causation to say that it is absolutely imperative at all times for your singular only focus to be mugging the homeless. Look, when I installed Deadlock, I very reasonably expected a game where you kill people. Yeah, get hard, red motherfucker. I'm jacking off. And yes, while that is certainly a part of the equation, the game that I actually found myself playing could best be described as a competitive Tang Dynasty agriculture. And every single time I see a drifter on my team, I think to myself, this motherfucker must be a really productive farmer, because miraculously, he is able to produce enough rice to feed the entire enemy team. There is literally no rest. There is no downtime. If you are not giving someone, something, or somewhere the IRS handshake, you have already thrown the entire game. I once had a friend who actually read the descriptions of the items he was buying, and it caused him to lose the match.
I would like to read the descriptions of the items. I need to know. I must know. Surely it's important enough to have a description, so I have to read it. I'm sorry. I think I might dabble in some Deadlock.
Who actually read the descriptions of the items he was buying,
this isn't even my
and it
type
caused
of
him to
game.
lose the match. Taking away the enemy's resources and time is basically worse than killing them. In fact, it is most often the case that you will kill people in order to take their farm. So when it came time to actually choose a character to send to the rice fields competition, I wanted to focus on a character who had a little less pressure to farm. Seven has pressure to farm, and Seven is only played by people who are racist. Wraith has pressure to farm, but I do not play Wraith because I myself am racist. Drifter has pressure to farm, and I would not let Drifter within 300 miles of an unattended child. So instead, I was initially very attracted to Mina because of her kit. Unfortunately for me, however, my friend's doctor has already diagnosed him with a skill issue, and if he does not get his preferred hero every single game, his symptoms will begin to manifest.
My ship! And he's
Fucking
like,
dead!
what
Why is the whole team? Go after what? How are you
I had 1,000 on me. I shouldn't have.
Leading me to begin my journey with the singular most difficult hero in the entire game. And if you've been paying close attention to the content of this video, which, good luck doing that, you will notice that there is a lot of footage of Pocket.
Pocket seems to be the favorite. And I'm curious as to why that is. Is he just like the easier one to run? Like, what's the deal? Did he swap up the, he left Mina already? I really liked her. She was kind of cute. And it was definitely because I liked her kit. I'm going to use that from now on, okay?
You will notice that there is a lot of footage of Pocket. Pocket is a hero with a very mobile, very punishing, and very involved playstyle. Mobile in just how fast I am able to successfully lose the game, punishing in that I am actively harming everyone else for being in the same game as me, and involved in that after 20 minutes of playing my keyboard like it's a goddamn piano, I somehow haven't managed to press even a single button correctly. Needless to say, learning Pocket as your first hero is something that I do not advise, and frankly, this hero is only for those with true hate in their cold and shriveled hearts. Pocket exists exclusively to annoy the enemy, first by dive bombing them with every damage type known to man, and then avoiding all of their damage by teleporting around and spot dodging the sum total of their abilities. Billy is a hero that works by charging a target and performing a big melee combo. Pocket simply dodges the combo. Bebop is a hero that works by hooking a target and placing bombs. Pocket dodges the bombs. Abrams is a hero that investigates.
So Pocket just goes inside of a quite literal like pocket dimension inside of the suitcase, because I'm realizing very quickly that these heroes, I don't know, based off of the premise of the game, they're not necessarily heroes for the sake of justice, but more so a monetary gain. Unless there's lore in Deadlock that I'm completely unaware of and we'll have to learn offline, because again, this video is likely not going to have the lore of the characters unless I'm wrong. But I am curious, because these are very not your typical kinds of heroes. But that is a very useful thing to have, a pocket dimension in a suitcase.
And placing
my
bombs.
headcanon.
Pocket dodges the bombs. Abrams is a hero that investigates his enemies for evidence of sexual misconduct, and Pocket dodges the consequences in court. I was not very good at this, as can be evidenced by this picture of me with Jeffrey Epstein. In fact, despite all of Pocket's crazy potential and even crazier movement, nothing could compensate for the fact that I was just really bad at moving around. Movement,
That's okay.
the act of venturing from one location to the other, has a learning curve in Deadlock, which makes complete sense if you think
You
about
have
it,
to be
because
on
the time
crack.
spent walking between different locations is precious time spent not harvesting rice,
Yep.
which is why every single farming hero coincidentally happens to move at Mach 10, and the greatest
Good.
form of skill expression available to them is how hard they are able to hold the W key.
Yes. Hold it harder.
All right, light speed 7.
I promise you'll go faster if you just press W even harder. You break your finger on it, you'll be zooming, I promise you. And now it's time for me to list off my one gripe about games such as these that are Battle Royale. The running always feels so slow. It kills me. And then you only get like 3 speed, like sprint bursts. That's not enough. I need more than that. I need to be able to actively run around like I have just sniffed a wire crack and I'm ready to go. And I'm liking that there's speed in this game. I'm being convinced.
How hard they are able to hold the W key.
X!
Mods, chop it.
All right, light speed 7 out.
All right.
I just see him moving away.
Nice.
Pocket does not move at Mach 10, at least not without a significantly higher effort. And the best advice that I can possibly give for mastering your movement is to literally never do one thing.
Don't.
You can dash in this game. You can jump in this game. You can slide, wall kick, fly, double jump, and zip boost in this game. But if you just jump, just dash, or just slide within my vague sight range, I'm going to begin saying slurs that haven't been invented yet. If you need to dodge, follow
then
it
they're
up
not
with a slide.
slurs.
If you see a staircase, slide down and jump to keep carrying your speed. If you need to
that's
rotate a
sick.
lane, dash jump into a slide, into another jump, into a wall kick, then brag about it when you make a YouTube video. Take this clip, for example, where I fly above and hover into a dive bomb, then take
Ooh.
cover, then dodge backwards, then teleport directly past the Abrams that was coming to gank me the entire time, but did I know that? No. Then, oh god,
He
there
was
is a
just
fucking
moving.
bisexual snake on the floor, so I gat the shit out of her, then follow it up with another dive bomb into a kill. Oh my god, that felt so
Nice.
fucking good!
I
That
bet it
felt
did.
crazy. My 7 shot a lot during that fight, I guess. Honestly, playing Pocket just feels like cheating at this point. Like, in this clip, I just turned the corner and get Freddy Fazbear jump scared, but guess what? I am actually over here now, and there was literally nothing they could do to kill me, but I am isolated from my team, so like, please cut the clip soon. But okay, as fun as it is to play Pocket and not do any plays that make actual sense,
I died to bleed. No, you died because you fucking went in to kill her again after I told you not to do it.
Oh my god, you're still retarded. I'm actually having no fun right now. I'm leaving after this game. No, I'm so serious. I'm having no.
Meowing is so base though. Like all she did was meow 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 meow. Like if I don't want to hear what you're saying, that is the default response. Meow 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 meow. It's the best rage bait out there, honestly.
I'm actually having no fun right now. I'm leaving after this game. No, I'm so serious. I'm having no fun right now. Did you just show up, steal this wave, and then leave, you
Yes.
fucker?
I need the gold. I need the gold for my sick grandma.
Oh,
there will
no.
eventually come a time where you as a
Poor
player
grandma.
will have to do something scary.
Read.
Or after a long period of trying to do damage and realizing that nothing actually dies except you, you will be obliged, nay, forced even, to undergo the daunting, the treacherous, the haunting task of understanding the United States economy. We tried to teach a chimp the Deadlock macro, and the chimp taught itself suicide.
Oh my
As
God.
you can imagine, this
Not
was
the
a task
chimp.
which I specifically picked Pocket to avoid doing. Unfortunately for me, however, killing, movement, and styling on my enemies is not what actually wins me games. Because what actually
But
wins
it
me
feels
games
good.
is a complicated series of socio-economic factors. Deadlock, like real life, is a game where income disparity translates directly into a tactical advantage via Lockheed Martin guided missiles. And the main avenue of achieving this advantage is learning how to understand our item build. What is the point of
That's a
buying
lot.
items in Deadlock? The obvious answer, of course, is to buy more items. And the more items that everyone buys and the longer the game goes on, the more likely that one person is to disconnect due to an actual domestic dispute. But more broadly, as the game continues to escalate, we are tasked with building our digital homunculus to achieve one of 3 objectives. Covering your hero's weaknesses, of which you are guaranteed to have quite a few, countering your enemy's build so they do not actually have any fun, and doing so much damage to the enemy that your bullets transcend the boundaries of software to kill your opponent in real life.
I do like that they use items instead of just built-in skills for each character to put each other down. Like, yes, each character will have, you know, a character that it's better against and a way to counter, blah, blah, blah. But having items available to basically make any character able to be that character that will be better than your character is nice. That was a mouthful. I'm so sorry I said character so much. But I don't think I've seen many games like Deadlock that do that, actually. I like it. I'm being convinced even more.
To the enemy that your bullets transcend the boundaries of software to kill your opponent in real life. To this end, the item shop is extremely large, and ideally, your item build is going to be different every single game. This was a challenge for me, considering that I didn't even know what my enemies actually did, let alone what particular choice among 151 items would cause them to burst into flames. So initially, I decided that the best course of action would simply be to build raw spirit damage on every single hero I played. As a pocket, I do not build defensive items. I do not build shield items. I build Boundless Spirit within 20 minutes of the game start, and if I ever get caught out, I die.
Yes.
Why are there 4 people here? Look at your fucking walkers.
This has some mixed results. Yes, I did do a lot of damage with my cloak, but for the other 90% of the fight, I was basically worse than useless. I had spec'd into a teamfight assassin character, and yet, because of my own hubris, I was stuck playing as a backline caster. This wasn't what I wanted to play.
No, it's
By
not.
the way, my natural voice is like deeper than I narrate in the video. It required items that I was extremely slow to farm. It required execution that I did not consider very fun. And most importantly, I was ignoring the very mobility that drew me to Pocket in the first place. So you know what? Maybe Pocket was too hard of a hero for me to play.
It
and
was.
maybe, just maybe, my time would be better spent learning something new. But then, I realized something. Something which has been hiding in plain sight this entire time. Because Pocket has a gun.
Pocket does have a gun! Ooh.
That is right, buddy. This video was never actually a review of Deadlock. I fucking got you. I was actually building up to talk about Glockit the entire time.
Glockit?
And all footage to this point has been specifically selected so you would not see what I was really playing. Please hear me out. Yes, Pocket doesn't have any abilities that actually do any gun damage, but he does have abilities that buff all of his damage, buffs his bullets, and auto-reloads his gun, meaning that we
That's messed
effectively
up.
have a double-sized magazine with 40% more gun damage and high mobility on a fucking shotgun.
How do you find this out? I mean, with hundreds of hours of playing, yes, you would eventually find this out, but like, when do you find that out? How do you become, like, how do you reach a point where you're just like, wait a minute, and it clicks? Because there's been times where it'll click very fast for me in games, and then there's times where I won't notice a very niche or very, you know, small detail until way too late, and I'm already burnt out. I'm terrified, and I think this might be the new meta that Max possibly mentioned in a tweet.
With 40% more
Help
gun
us
damage
all.
and high mobility on a fucking shotgun. Oh, but Maxor, that's actually a volley gun. It fires rifle rounds. Shut up. Shut up, I don't care. I'm going to harvest your balls with an ice cream scooper. But the main advantage of playing Glock is that it is frankly such a stupid idea that your enemies will never expect you to actually fucking do it. And frankly, most of them have literally never played against this and do not know how to change their gameplay.
Yeah,
It is that stupid, and yet it just works. I know it doesn't sound like it's supposed to work, and frankly, it takes even more button presses to actually make sense, but it works.
Slowing hex on
It
you.
works.
Clad, pussy
Bubble
wagon,
crack.
chicken nuggets.
What?
What
Remember
the
that
fuck
spell.
Are those your comfort words?
Do not screw up any of your abilities or your damage will be cut by 40%. Okay, I get it. You want to actually see for yourself. So
Yes.
here's a clip where from the enemy's perspective, there is literally no one there before I jump in, buff myself, fly straight into the drifter, and you can see from his reaction that he's just like, how the
What?
fuck did you do that? That was a lot of input, so...
I love that. It's perfect. This is the perfect game for Max. Max needs games where he can flourish with his insane brain. This is perfect. So, if you just so happen to like games like this, and you have, you know, just a smidge in common with Max, I think I found the game for you. And if you feel like you kind of want to try the game because Max is convincing you, I think maybe, just maybe you should try the game too. Why am I shilling it? I don't know. I just don't want it to be empty and alone when I eventually try it. Okay? That's the deal, right? We all understand that? Okay? Yeah? Good.
from his reaction that he's just like, how the fuck did you do that?
Don't worry about
That was a lot of input, so here's a clip where I just slowly walk up and snub-nose John Lennon. Or how about this one where I straight up kill Lady
dirty.
Dice before her entire team decides to enter a clown car, and you would think in this situation that I would be dead, but guess what? I have already teleported away and Yamato has grabbed my character, so you don't really need to see what happens next. This
No.
is it. This is the pocket build that I have always wanted to play, and all it took was the proper innovation and stupidity to actually think of it as a possibility. With
He
Glocket,
did it.
I can finally fight my enemies face to face.
He
I
fucking
can
did it.
finally farm. I can finally push.
He can.
Finally ignore building defensive items because the old men cannot possibly match my speed. And most importantly, most crucially, and most cantankerously, I have already lost the game.
Oh.
Yeah, so after a bit of trial and error, this is the final pocket build. It is,
There it is.
not a perfect build. It does require execution, and you have to be very careful what you're doing with it. There ain't no way, dude.
How did you get away?
There ain't
I
no
have no
fucking
idea.
way. But after playing Pocket for longer than most of my viewers have been alive, I can definitely say one thing with absolute certainty. Playing Glocket may not be the
see
perfect
you.
build or even the optimal build, but it is very fun.
Well, yeah, that's all that matters in a game. I've said this time and time again. If you're having fun with it, keep having fun with it, please. Don't change just because someone on the side of meta is saying, yeah, but actually the character you're using is actually just really bad. The defense is low and your speed is down. Your attack is nothing compared to the other guys over here. So you should just switch to this other character. That way you can actually properly attack. Sorry. I have a problem when meta players try to tell me what to do. They ruined Uma Musume for like a month for me. Okay? I am back to playing Uma Musume with my Oshis, as I always have been and will continue to do. But this isn't about Uma Musume. This is just about meta players in general. Yeah, sorry. I feel like I had to get that off my chest. Hopefully, you know, some of you can agree with me that meta players coming at you for not using the meta characters is annoying. Please stop that. Don't be that person. I'm begging you.
Be the perfect build or even the optimal build,
just
but it
needs
is
to feel good.
very fun. And at the end of the day, you're going to improve a lot more playing what you actually find fun, not
Yes.
what other people tell you to play.
Yep.
Unless you want to play Paige, don't do that. But hey, even if I can't always
cute.
solo carry the entire team, there is still a chance that we can win this game. Just not a good one. Because while the enemy may have 6 heroes on their side, we have 7. The
Where's the
hero,
7?
7.
Oh.
6, 7. 7, 8, 9. And then 7
Okay.
proceeded to say slurs
7,
that
8,
I didn't
9.
even know existed.
What's the matter? Can't kill me, Fireboy!
Shit.
Yeah, run in here! I'm 7!
Let's address the elephant in the room. Unfortunately, Deadlock is what you would call
I love
a
it.
team game, requiring, not suggesting, real strategy and communication to actually win. This, of course, is not going to happen, mainly because people are too busy role-playing as their actual in-game characters when they bother to communicate their intentions at all.
No. Oof.
Did Victor just kill himself?
Yes.
What the fuck do you mean, whoopsie daisy? Pain
Whoops.
battery first ability. And to prove to you that this is genuinely how people speak in this game, here is a clip where Maimina, who is a canonically entitled asshole, makes fun of the oldest member of the enemy team for having a dead son by telling him to get a dog instead. To which the old man cleverly responds with, I can't indoctrinate my dog to vote Republican. Or how about this clip where the enemy team starts off by role-playing as The Lash, a
The
character whose
Lash.
lore section contains a single sentence, after which his
That's
teammate
it?
asks me if I am like Maxor the YouTuber, to which
Yeah.
my Mirage responds with, no, Maxor the pedophile. This is because for every single hero in Deadlock, the personality of the character is
Max, you gotta give me a second to process that. The stuff you're saying about yourself, I know it's coming from you, so it is a joke. You got balls, my friend. You have balls. And I need to stay moist. Oh my god. With today's internet, that is a gamble that I'm not willing to gamble.
This is because for every single hero in Deadlock,
gonna
the
partake
personality
in.
of the character is genuinely reinforced by their playstyle, which becomes extremely evident the moment that anyone on your team chooses to play as 7. And after spending a few games conducting research, it is beginning to dawn on me why the fan canon of this hero is that he is incredibly, unabashedly racist. 7 is the
looks like
complete
it.
opposite of Pocket in every way. Where Pocket makes opportunities, 7 takes
Destroys
opportunities. When Pocket is making space to farm, 7 is taking space to farm. And by the time that 7 is finally done farming, the enemy team will have probably died of old age. Meaning that for a majority of the time, 7 is stuck playing a combination of Solitaire and Minesweeper, as well as being completely reliant on teammates who, ever since it was taken out of the pipes, have been taking supplements for a holistic source of all natural lead.
I'm in.
No, you're not.
She's one.
Yep.
Adam, what the fuck were you doing in there?
worry
Leading to
about it.
what is likely a 30-minute farming buildup, only to lose through no fault of your own. I promise. In
Yeah.
these circumstances, I too would be using my no-no words. So as more proof that this is genuinely how people speak in this game, here is an entire game with a 7. I don't have the replay shots, where he responded to every single death that he had by insulting the enemy in all caps, which, by the way, happened about 10 times or so, without even
God.
successfully securing a single kill, to which the enemy Sinclair would respond by continuing to rage bait him to death.
What the
We
heck?
won that game, by the way.
How?
Thank you for asking.
Hey, man.
Why? How did you manage to win that? You were huh? Was everybody just carrying the poor guy? He was getting mad while he had no dub, no kill, nothing? Nothing to back it up? Oh. That's not... You're not allowed... No. You're not allowed to get mad like that. When you don't at least have at least one kill. You can be upset, but verbally that upset? I don't think this is the game for that. No, it's not the game for you.
Bait him to death.
Nope.
We won that game, by the way. Thank you for asking.
Hey, man. If you can't avoid getting fucking rage baited by this Sinclair, and you can't like do anything, you need to fucking find a different hobby.
Hey,
brother,
Play a
can you
different
get the dick out of your
motherfucking
mouth,
game.
please?
I do not
It's
ever
really
want to play with you
loud.
again.
Moral of the story is, Deadlock as an experience is like a combination of playing a hero shooter and visiting a human zoo. Fuck.
Zoo.
If you get good teammates and ideal circumstances, it can be extremely fun. But very often, you will not get ideal circumstances, and that can also be really fun too, just in a completely different way.
It's just funny.
So if bad communication happens to get your Bebop to knock you into the enemy and instantly get you killed,
What the fuck, Bebop? Bebop,
Don't worry about it.
or gets your Billy to do a gotcha game directly in the middle of a team fight,
Why were you farming in the middle of a team fight?
Because I need
causes
to
your team
gamble.
to have a team fight within the confines of a single closet. What's going on here?
Oh my god.
Or gets you double kidnapped from across the entire map.
What the fuck?
Goodbye. Goodbye.
What the fuck happened?
That was so fucking funny. I'm in danger. It is best to still be thankful for every single game of Deadlock that did not go quite as planned. And the funniest experiences that I've ever had in this game were not very funny when I was actually playing it.
Just make sure you come in my mouth and everything will be okay.
Whoa, buddy, what the fuck? I'm Maxor.
Oh. That's disgusting. You're playing a game, man. I wasn't expecting to hear that today. People are still like that, huh? Yeah. I really hope there's an option to mute voice chat in this game. I'm praying. I don't want to hear that. I'll pass. I think that would make me sick, and I would just exit game. I don't got patience for that. I don't have patience.
Just make sure you come in my mouth and everything will be okay.
Whoa, buddy, what the fuck? I'm Maxor, and you should get money to my Patreon so that I do not starve to death. And if this video gets enough views, I will maybe make another one in the future. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and please subscribe for more.
Aw,
Do not
thank you,
select
Max.
page on this screen or I will make your tendons into a jump rope.
But what if I want to? Thank you, Max, you sweetheart. Amazing work as always. Thank you for tuning in to another Neko Reacts. When was the last time you played a game like Deadlock, or if you've played Deadlock? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, please leave a like and subscribe to the universe, and I'll see you in the next one. Matanya!